essay writing. I'm going to give you some tips to improve your essay writing skills. Yeah, essay writing. Here we go. Audience check. Check your audience when writing an essay. Know who you're writing for and make sure that your argumentation and your tone resonates. When you're writing an essay, if you want to know what tone to use, what voicing to use, check your audience. Most times you're not going to get a specific audience, but sometimes you will get an audience, right? Sometimes you will, for example, you might be writing kind of to someone. This applies even more so for the expository piece, but checking your audience can definitely help you to know how to tailor your writing. Yeah, not just CSEC wise, but in general. Number two, use an essay formula, right? Organize your essay in a logical manner. And the essay formula is, well, my essay formula, the one I use is introduction, three body paragraphs, conclusion. All right. So find an outline, use that outline, and plan your essay around that. So don't just be writing randomly and then end up with 7 paragraphs or end up with 3 paragraphs and you're done writing. No. Plan and use that formula, use that outline to get your writing where it needs to be. Yeah. Use up persuasive techniques. Big essay writing tip. You can't write an essay and there's no statistics, no appeal to emotion, no anecdote. No. You need to learn and use these. These came up quite a lot in the last couple of sessions, right? You've been seeing them in action. You've been seeing essays lacking persuasive techniques. Make sure you're able to use especially the main techniques. Appeal to emotion, the use of evidence, and you have to use techniques, guys. Have to use persuasive techniques. Next up, stay focused. Stay focused on your thesis statement. So when you say, and last session we saw an essay that it was beautifully penned, well written in terms of the writing quality, the writing the vocabulary and stuff, but the essay just was not focused on the prompt. Don't stray from your points and go all over the place, right? Focus on your points because you don't have all day to write an essay in the exam. And you only have up to 300 words, so you have to be focused. All right, keep that in mind. Next, balance your tone. When you're writing an essay, balance your tone. Don't be, of course, you need to be persuasive, so don't be passive, but also don't be overly aggressive. Don't disrespect people in the essay, right? Don't be aggressive, don't be confrontational. So you need to walk that fine line between being too soft and too passive and being too harsh and too aggressive. You need to be in the middle. That is the tone we want. Next tip for essay writing, think and plan. Make sure you do the planning before you do the writing. We did a whole brainstorm session, so you guys should be used to planning by now. So before you choose a stance, brainstorm points for and against the topic, right? And then you choose a side based on where you see stronger points. So think and plan. That's a pro tip for essay writing. Next up, guys, your hook needs to be hooking. If your hook is not hooking, it's not a hook. Yeah. Make sure within your first sentence or your first 2 sentences are really exciting the reader. Right? You have to spend a little bit of time crafting that perfect hook so that your essay gets that wonderful and punchy start that it needs. Right? So guess what? It might mean that I need to sit down for a whole week just writing hooks. That's all I'm doing this week. You're just hooking all week long. You go home in the evening and you just do 2 hours of hook writing, brainstorming different ways to introduce different topics, coming up with brilliant rhetorical questions, brilliant quotations, right? Coming up with things that you can use as hooks. You need to master the hook. Yeah. Next tip, you have to use smooth transitions in your writing. Use smooth transitions. Learn the transitional words and phrases, right? The consequently, the therefore, the moreover, additionally, equally, in contrast. On the other hand, learn all of these and don't just memorize them randomly. Learn how to use them properly in the correct contexts. I have a whole set of videos on transitional words and phrases on the channel. Watch those videos, take notes, and get better at using transitions. Right? It's that simple. Next tip, learn how to write a solid conclusion. Right? In the conclusion, you want to restate your thesis statement or your stance, wrap up your 3 points, summarize them, and if you want to be if you want to write a special conclusion, you add a call to action or some final appeal at the end. Those of you who missed the essay review sessions and the essay writing presentation, go back and check them out, and you will understand what I mean by solid conclusion. Finally, for essay writing, seek feedback. Ask people to tear your essay apart. Go to your friend or your enemy or a teacher and tell them, I wrote this, read it and tell me everything that's wrong with it. Also, tell me everything that's right with it. But focus on what you need to improve, right? Sometimes we think we're good writers because nobody's checking our works and telling us otherwise. That's one of the reasons why I try to do, like essay reviews and so on when I can. Because some of you students, you really think you have it locked. You really think, oh, I'm a brilliant writer. I have this covered. But because you have not been seeking feedback, you don't really know what's wrong with your work. You need to seek feedback.